Hello guys, this is my third YouTube video which is about the history of Pokemon. Pokemon, also called as Pocket Monsters. Now we move more further, we go Pokemon. Pokemon. What is Pokemon? Pokemon, genre, action, adventure and fantasy. Directed by Kuniko Yuma. Produced by Satoshi Tajiri, Junichi Masuda, Ken Sugimura. Music by Shinji Miyazaki. It is licensed by the Pokemon Company of International. Original network is in TV Tokyo. Now we move more further. We go to the history of Pokemon. How Pokemon was released, how it arrived it to us. Pokemon history. The history of the Pokemon media franchise spans over to 2 decades from when work began officially on the first game to now, and has roots even older. It started simply enough as a hobby of Satoshi Tajiri, who was as a child had a fondness for catching insects and tadpoles near his home in suburban Tokyo. Over time, Tajiri decided to put his idea of catching creatures into practice to give children the same thrill and adventure as he had as a child. The story of Satoshi Tajiri. Now we move more further, we have start of Pokemon. With the help of Ken Sugimura and other friends, Tajiri formed Game Freaks and much later the design studio known as Creatures. When Tajiri discovered the Game Boy and the Game Boy Link cable, it gave him the same image of insects traveling along the wire. Tajiri was also heavily influenced by the Ultraman fantasy television show Ultra 7, in which the protagonist used giant monsters contained within small capsules to keep him fight. Together, these two sources gave him the idea to create a new game called Capsule Monsters. After several failed attempts at pitching the idea to Nintendo, Tajiri's new friend Shigeru Miyamoto pitched it to the company and Nintendo began to fund the project. Spending 6 years developing the games that would become a worldwide sensation due to trademarking issues, the name Capsule Monsters was changed to Pocket Monsters or Pokemon. The original artwork for the games was drawn by Tajiri's friend, artist Ken Sugimura, while the music and sound effects were composed by Junichi Masuda. After debugging was completed, Shigeaki Morimoto programmed Mew into the game. Mew, a legendary Pokemon whose DNA has been taken to create more powerful Pokemon, Mewtwo. However, Game Freak planned to keep the 151st Pokemon hidden from the public unless it was needed for a post-launch event. The project nearly drove Game Freak to bankruptcy. 5 employees quit due to financial conditions, and Tajiri worked many unpaid hours. This is the photo of the producer Satoshi Tajiri. Now we move more further. It's Pokemon on TV. Pokemon TV series. In Japan, Pocket Monsters or Pokemon has been broadcast under its original title and under 4 subtitled titles, with the subtitled versions denoting a change in the setting match the different versions of the video games. Pocket Monster series or Pokemon series. Original series Indigo League, Adventures of the Orange Islands, Johto Journeys, Johto League Championships, Master Quest. Now, Advanced Generation, Advanced, Advanced Challenge, Advanced Battle, Battle Frontier. Now, Diamond and Pearl, Diamond Pearl, Diamond Pearl Battle Dimensions, Diamond Pearl Galactic Battles, Diamond Pearl Shino League Victors. Now, Best Wishes, Black and White Rival Destinies, Black and White Adventures in Unova, Black and White Adventures in Unova and beyond. Now we move to the most interesting series of Pokemon, which is Pokemon X and Y. As you can, as you will see while watching Pokemon, that in all of the series, a girl companion travels with Ash. But in this XY series, Also, a girl named Senira travels with Ash. But this speciality of this series is that it is said that the Senira has a crush on Ash, or she is in love with Ash. So many childs or many persons who watch Pokemon most likely like this XY series. Now for XY we have XY, XY Kalos Quest and XYZ. Now, the most recently came series is Sun and Moon, which is now also ongoing. So, almost since the very beginning of the series, it had been apparent that first 150 Pokemon would not be the last. Ho-Oh was seen as early as the first episode of the animations. Togepi was owned by a main character, and others like Marill, Snubbull, and Donphin were seen in the first movie. Later, when the second generation of Pokemon was drawing nearer, others like Lugia, Slowking, and Elekid made their way to the second movie. On November 21, 1999, Nintendo of Japan released gold and silver versions for the new Game Boy Color. This time, trainers were invited to the land of Johto, where 100 more Pokemons were awaiting to be captured. The new games enhanced the Pokemon gaming experience by adding many new features, the most famous likely being the ability for Pokemon to have different genders, in turn allowing them to breed. These are some of the pictures of the TV series of Pokemon. Thank you guys. Please like and subscribe for more amazing videos. Please.